edrychwch allan am eich gilydd.
Try to stay positive.
A little message or a little phone call can go a long way.
Don't keep your feelings to yourself.
Cefnogi ein gilydd.
Try and stick to your daily routine even if you're at home.
Try to stay active.
Keep yourself occupied with things you enjoy doing at home.
Eat well and stay hydrated.
Keep talking to your teammates.
Because together,
We are stronger.
Gorau chwarae.
cyd chwarae.
Last game was very challenging in certain ways. They've had a few days of lighter training, so hopefully they're all in a good place now physically. Preparing really well. We want obviously to pick up points from this game as we have in all others, and we're looking forward to it. They fight for things. At the end of the day, we're a very small nation. For us to get any success in football tournaments, male or female, we have to step on the pitch and fight every time we put that Welsh jersey on. We're not expected to outpossess most teams. We're expected to step on the pitch and win battles, and that's no different come tomorrow. At the end of the day, lots of these have been together for many years. You know, they come into the team when they were babies and they've continued growing and developing. They're now in a situation where there's some babies with them and they're having to help them do the same. And that's probably going to be the reality for us always as a small nation. So it's an environment that actually the girls respond really well to. They help each other, and if they continue doing that, I'm sure they'll get the success they want.
We're together and we'll work hard for each other, you know, whether we're playing friendly games or qualification games. Even in training camps, you know, the focus is we're all together, we push together, we want to bring the kids through, and, you know, they're doing well at the minute. And yeah, it's just about the love for each other that we do have. We are a small little family basically, and we love meeting up together. She's no different to us. Yes, she's won a great award, but we love her the same as I love Haz and all the other girls. So massive for her and for Welsh football. Obviously her family are proud, but also we're proud of her, and she's done so much for the game in Wales, you know, alone, let alone when she's travelling and playing abroad. So it's massive for her, but it's also massive for us, and we all aspire to be like Jess. It always helps when the results are going your way, and, you know, we're in the limelight a bit more now, and we're getting more press coming and wanting to know more about us, and that's, you know, credit to us and the staff that we're doing the job that we need to on the pitch and off the pitch. But yeah, it's good that, you know, we're getting sellout crowds now, and, you know, little girls and boys are coming and wanting to speak to you after the game and get to know you, and they say, oh, I've joined football the last, you know, month, and their mums and dads speak to you, and it's just really nice for them to have that and support us.
It's another huge game in the Newport sunshine in front of a sellout crowd in Spitty Park. And it was nice to see a shot there of Ossian Roberts, the Wales assistant coach, the technical director of the Football Association of Wales. They are all behind this young Wales team. Well, Jane Ludlow has kept faith with the same 11 that beat Bosnia, so has kept faith as well with striker Helen Ward despite her penalty miss at the Liberty. Ingle, Dykes and Ladd form the bedrock of a defence that hasn't yet conceded so far in this campaign. Well, Russia need to win, full stop. There are 2 changes from their 3-1 defeat to England, and in comes a new keeper, Elvira Todua. Russia are a team in transition, having failed to win a single game in the Algarve Cup back in March. Well, what a week for Jess Fishlock, named an MBE in the Queen's Birthday Honours list, not just for services to football, but also to the LGBT community. All eyes once again on Kaylee Green. She scored the winner against Bosnia last Thursday, only minutes after Helen Ward had that penalty save. I mentioned Russia are a team in transition, but they still possess great experience. Midfielder Elena Morozova wins her 99th cap this evening. And we await to see what sort of team photo Wales have posed for this evening. They do have a habit of some more unconventional. And this was it. Well, what do you think of this formation, Gwenan?
Well, I hope we don't play like that tonight.
Well, I think that just is indicative of the team spirit that Jane Ludlow has created. There really is a togetherness. I know we use that as a bit of a cliche in Welsh football these days, but there really is a camaraderie.
Yeah, there really is, and I think, to be honest, that's any team in the Welsh, Football Association. We've seen Ossian here tonight, and he's been a big advocate of the women's game for a number of years, and it's something that, as I said in commentary, I think previously, anytime you put on that Welsh shirt, that red shirt, it's just something extra that comes above you that brings everyone together.
The referee is from Finland. She is Lina Letovara. And what a beautifully sunny evening it is here at Spitty Park. And it will be Russia to get things underway. Danilova, the lone striker for Russia, does get things underway. Just one more win required, and then it's a showdown against England. But I'm sure, Gwenan, that Jane Ludlow will just be focusing on the here and now, on this game, and only this game.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. I think we're all getting a bit excited. I think supporters, commentator, media, we're all getting a bit excited because we've never been in this position. But there's a reason why Jane Ludlow was so successful as a player, and why she's succeeding at the moment, because she's so professional. And I'm sure, although the girls were very pleased with their performance and happy to have got the 3 points the next day, they would have made sure that they were professional in their approach to this game.
This one, Rachel Rowe fouled there. And it's a bit of a positional change for Wales. Compared to that game against Bosnia, we saw Tash Harding play in that kind of left wing-back role. That's where Rachel Rowe is at the moment. Green loses out, and Russia, through Belometseva, win the first throw-in of the game. Very interesting to see a switch in position then of Harding and Rowe. We know that Rachel Rowe is perhaps a bit more comfortable in that wide position.
Indeed, but both of them, Tasha and Rachel Rowe, play as full-backs for their clubs, so they're both very comfortable in either position. Tash Harding started her career and is predominantly, a forward, and I think, we just need that extra added quality this evening.
Throw-in was looking for Green, the hero against Bosnia. Rowe goes down, no foul. Danilova. Russia using a bit of width, which we didn't see too many times against England last week. It's with Morozova, experienced winger, just managed to find a bit of room. Looking to get that ball in the box here. It's an amazing run. It's out to Morozova. Early shot. And Roberts just thumps it away. An early warning sign, perhaps.
Most definitely, and we have to remember these are a fantastic side, Russia. They've just had a very poor campaign for their standards. They qualified for the European Championships last summer. They were in a group with Germany and Sweden and Italy, and they finished third in that group. They are a good side.
Yakupova, decent cross, looking for Danilova. It's good play in the end from Lauren Dykes, who got the all-important tackle in, and Hayley Ladd was in there as well.
But she's the main threat. Danilova, four goals in the last 3 games. She scored against England. She's good with her feet. She can hold the ball up well. She's also very adept in the air as well.
First made her appearance in the Russian team at 16 years of age. Qualifying campaign for the 2003 World Cup. Here's Akimova. Searing heat here in Newport. They've been watering the pitch heavily in the build-up. And they're using the Telstar World Cup ball, which we will see in the finals. The Men's World Cup, which of course starts on Thursday. Ward. A bit of a handball there, but anyway, here's Harding. Got a bit lucky.
Yeah,
He's given away a free kick.
Just need to play it on the floor. They, unnecessarily playing it into at people's knee height. They just need to give it a nice, simple ball to help the next teammate out. Tash Harding was dealt a bit of a hospital pass there.
It seems a long time ago when Wales played in St Petersburg. We started this qualifying campaign. It was a 0-0 draw, and really was the foundation for the success so far that they've achieved in Group 1.
And I think, to be honest, Simon, that's the difference between both sides. We started very well.
Ward, lovely ball through the Fishlock. And it was a lovely tackle by Akimova, but once again Jess Fishlock showing her intention. And had it not been for Akimova, Fishlock would have been through.
Sue Smith mentioned in commentary about Russia's lack of understanding, really, in tracking. Third man runs from midfield. Jess Fishlock has done that and just inches away from getting on the end of a perfect pass.
Roberts. And Sue also mentioned that Russia are susceptible to those balls into the box. Maybe that's what Wales will try and do. Not on this occasion. Karakina. Here is Akimova again. Closing down there by Kaylee Green.
Going back to that earlier point, so I just think the difference has been the start that we've made. We've made a really impressive start. Obviously we're unbeaten, but we got 4 points at the first 2 games, with Russia, for their standards, made a horrendous start, and have failed now. They haven't had that momentum, and they've really been chasing teams then.
Lovely footwork from James. Bit of slowdown on this pitch. I know it's been heavily watered. So a tackle on Rowe, again by Akimova. He's been a long time member of this Russian squad. First appeared in the campaign for the 2013 European Championships. Of course, there's Helen Ward. Can Tash Harding keep it in here? She hasn't managed to do that. But a big vote of confidence for Helen Ward tonight. She missed that penalty, but Jane Ludlow clearly knows her quality.
Yeah, and if you look at her stats from the game as well, she actually was the one that made the most amount of the highest rate of sprints in the game. So it shows, maybe she didn't get the goal she would have liked, but the effort and the shift she's put in for the team was fantastic. And as we said on Thursday, the defence, the way we defended from the front, really set our pattern of play going.
Well, it's nights like this, I'm sure, Gwenna, you wish you had your boots on and your shorts. And
well, every time Wales play, if I'm honest, but yeah, of course, I would have loved to have been playing in an occasion like this, and I know these girls are thriving in this situation. They're so excited for every camp, but yeah, they just love putting on that red shirt, no matter what game it is.
There's Yakupova for Panchukina. Ball up top towards Danilova. Once again, it's a bedrock, that defence of Ladd, Dykes, Ingle. Not to mention, of course, Laura O'Sullivan.
If in doubt, clear it out, because they always coach you at junior levels, but it's such an effective pattern of play, especially in the first 5-10 minutes. You don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Just get rid of the ball, make sure that you give your team some time just to readjust and regroup, and then, you know, get in the right positions again.
Rose throw. That's found Green. Fishlock in there too. Smirnova brings the ball down, but it's the Wales number 10, Jess Fishlock, MBE. Starts it again for Wales. Attempted long pass to Helen Ward didn't work out there. But Russia, I have to say, Gwenan, I've impressed in this opening 8 minutes.
Yeah, well, as I said, you know, they are a very good side. They ranked 26th in the world. They were in the European Championships last summer. You know, you don't get to a European Championship final, you know, if you're just an average side. So, as I said, they've just made a bad start to this campaign, and that's probably why they're probably lacking the confidence that maybe they had a year ago.
Lovely awareness by Harding to Roberts. Great footballing brain on Tash Harding. And Morozova couldn't keep it in. That sellout stand here at Spitty Park, it's wonderful to see. The Russian coach is Elena Fomina, one-time international player herself. The same can be said for Jane Ludlow, who represented Wales with such distinction as a player and is doing so as a coach. Well, I can't overstate to our viewers at home just the heat here in Newport on this summer night, and that will play a part, I'm sure, in the proceedings.
Yeah, I think it will, but one thing I think Wales have got, and they've really improved on over the last couple of seasons, is their fitness levels. I was quite surprised to see how quickly Russia fatigued against England. Yes, England are a fantastic side and passed the ball well, moved them quickly. However, I think Wales, and they showed that against England, you know, their running stats are outstanding, and they're all, you know, semi-professional footballs will be more than adept to, you know, make the most of these surroundings that they've got.
Here's Green. Couldn't find Ward. Fishlock trying to get hold of the ball here. Ingle. Tremendous composure on the ball from Sophie Ingle. She showed that on Thursday night, and she's shown it again. Here's Green. Dykes. Ingle. To slow things down, perhaps, Wales. Passing slightly rushed. Very local Jane Ludlow. Oh, it's a foul from Rowe. Well, the referee says play on. May have even played the advantage there. In fact, Ward has it. Just can't get hold of the ball at the moment.
Yeah, we just need to make those balls stick up top. You know, it'll be a long evening otherwise if the ball keeps coming back.
This is one for Green to chase. Got to work hard to get this one. And she concedes the goal kick. Well, it will be a long evening for her if she has to make those runs. Not perhaps part of her game.
She holds the ball up fantastically well, and probably that is more of a strength than running in behind, but she is quicker than she looks. And she does get on the end of a lot of through balls. Her goal against Bosnia away, even though a long distance effort, she actually raced to the ball and got there before anyone else, so she's quicker than she looks, Kaylee Green.
Smirnova. Panchukina couldn't get that, but Rowe does. Mova with the tackle, and here's Fishlock. Looking for the through ball for Harding.
I think that's the only problem sometimes we've got, Simon, is that Jane probably expects her forwards to come back so deep that when we do win that ball quickly, you know, it's hard physically to ask. It's really taxing to be running back and forth, you know, as much as that. And sometimes I'd like to see us just keep maybe Kaylee, maybe just one of the strikers just a little bit higher to affect and pressure those centre halves a bit quicker.
And for Wales, who played last Thursday, we should remember, of course, that Russia have flown over here, having played on the Friday against a very good England side. Offside. The Finnish referee gives Wales a free kick. First real touch for Laura O'Sullivan, this. The player of the match, most certainly against England. Epic draw at Southampton. James can't get that. And it's Panchukina. The tackle from Fishlock. Charges towards that goal. They go out for a corner here. Jess Fishlock. She almost wills every single ball into the opposition penalty area, such as her commitment, her drive.
Yeah, and what's so good about it is that when she has the ball, you won't get that ball off her. You know, she's only slight, she's only small, but she is unbelievably strong, and she's very clever. She gets her body in the right positions. She was close then to just snipping up the ball through and getting on the end of it.
And Jess Fishlock, MBE as well. Tremendous honour for her this week. A tremendous servant for Wales. Harding trying to get on the end of a loose ball here. Morozova charging forward now for the Russians. Yakupova.
Poor play from Danilova. You expect better from her. You know, she's such a good forward. As I said, 4 goals in 3 games. You'd expect a better pass out there. I'm sure her manager's not impressed with that.
Well, what a few days of football it is on the BBC. Not just this World Cup qualifier, of course, the men's tournament starts on Thursday. The highlights on BBC television. For the opening game, Russia against Saudi Arabia, 11:15. It's a good time to sit in your sofa and not move. That's my life anyway.
I think a lot of people will be like that this summer, to be honest.
Here's Ward. And Wales shifting into gear here. Well, Harding was the runner. And a very disappointing Gwennan Harris next to me had seen Tash Harding as well.
Yeah, it's very easy to say from up here, to be fair, but yeah, you've just seen Tash, who's extremely quick, probably our quickest player, making a run to the right-hand side, I think possibly just out of Jess's sight. But that would have been the right ball, I think.
Thumped away by Hayley Ladd. And it's Russia. We haven't seen too many chances. We should say that in this opening quarter or so. But with Wales' defensive prowess and their defensive record so far, he only needs the odd goal. He only needs the odd flash of inspiration. And Wales do possess that at times. Morozova. Good tackle from Roberts. Good tenacity from Wales, but it's still with Zayastanova. Fishlock to Harding. Here's Fishlock again. Oh, that's a quality ball from a quality player. And Wales have the chance now through Green. James. And Jess Fishlock again, tackling her heart out. You don't want to be too much of a sycophant and say what a terrific player she is. And that was Panchukina, a bit of an optimistic effort. But Jess Fishlock, time and time again, we compliment her work and her bursts from midfield. And once again, she showed another side to her game.
What more can you say about it, to be totally honest? You know, she's been the driving force of Welsh women's football for I don't know how many years now, for countless years. I was there when she made her debut, Switzerland, and it's very rare that you get a player at 17, 18 years age that has their debut and actually starts and comes away with the player of the match. You know, that showed her quality straight away. I think she even scored that evening off a free kick. I was rooming with her because I was gutted I didn't get on. The man just sent me to warm up for 30 minutes and it was freezing and he forgot about me. But going back to Jess, you know, she just leads by example. She doesn't need to say anything. People just, the players just watch her and that inspires you.
You've got a terrific memory, Gwen, I will give you that.
Footballing memory, when it comes to academic things, apart from physical education, maybe not much else.
Oh, this is a chance for Russia now. And it was Kina. Good tackle again from Ingle. A colossus at the back for Wales.
Yeah, she reads the game so well, doesn't she, Sophie Ingle? You know, she anticipates the danger there and just nips it in the bud just quickly. But what's good about it is that she doesn't dive in there. She doesn't dive in, she just stands up nice and tall and just keeps her left foot there ready just in case she cuts back inside.
Well, this could be dangerous for Wales. Again, it's with Morozova on that far side. And Wales have to stand firm for this second throw in succession. Yakupova. It does go out for a goal kick, much to relief, I'm sure, of Wales. Yakupova's intentions there were to just thread the pass through. We're yet to see that breakthrough chance. Green beaten for the header. Roberts misses out too. And Roberts was fouled. Morozova giving away the free kick. Winning her 99th cap for Russia this evening. Played all 5 games in the Algarve Cup, and there was too much into that. And Roberts was quite lucky, in fact.
Yeah, I agree there, extra time.
Once again, lots of local school children here, inspired by this exciting team. It's Ingles' free kick up towards Roberts. Lovely flick on, Ward. Helen Ward! Well, she sized up the opportunity. And how she would love a goal, and how Ludlow would love to see a goal too.
Yeah, she just snatched at that, didn't she? You know, she took the touch. You know, she composed herself, took the touch, but I think she's just leaning back there. She needs to get her body over the ball and just power that down into the corners.
Akimova, great tackle from Green. And Wales can start again. They go again. Fishlock. Ward leads the chase. And it's a free kick against Helen Ward against Belamitseva.
I think that was a bit harsh there. I think she got the ball, to be honest. It rolled off her. But, you know, you could see our attention, you know, when we do play those balls into channels, the likes of Jess Fishlock, Tash Harding are being asked to get up there and support, which is good. You know, we don't have any regrets. We want to get the 3 points. We don't want to sit and be defensive the whole game.
Helen Ward, the record goal scorer for Wales. Kina.
That finish was actually quite unlike Helen. She's normally one that places into the corners instead of going more for power, so I'm sure she'll be disappointed with that. But, you know, you don't become the record goal scorer without having a good eye for goal, do you? So I'm sure if she gets another chance, she'll bury it. Ex-Arsenal
Chelsea player, currently at Watford. Has had a long association working with Jane as a player, and of course as a teammate as well. We always like to have her as a match of the day Wales pundit as well. We prefer when she's on the pitch, scoring goals.
I knew there was a reason I got asked.
Oh.
I'm only joking.
The check's in the post. Here's Fishlock. Quite working for Wales. Oh, it's a good interception from Rowe. And Wales starting to get more players forward here. Oh, it's good play from Koznikova, the captain. And she could release Morozova.
Yeah, she read it well there, but I think I said earlier on in the play, you know, we just need to be a bit more tidy in possession. Play it to players, you know, safe feet instead of playing it dangerously in front of them.
And there we see Elena Fomina. I think we'll be satisfied with this opening 20 minutes.
I think it depends how you look at it, man, to be honest, Simon. You know, I expected bigger and better things from Russia in this group, and as you know, when you get to European Championship the year before, I don't think you can be content to come and sit back in a game you must win.
Well, what was Roberts doing there? I think she opted for safety, but clearly there was a lack of communication between her and the keeper O'Sullivan. What do you make of this?
Yeah, it's a costly error, to be honest. Let's just hope it doesn't come back, you know, to bite us. But just a lack of communication, I would you think, but she had enough time to even control it there.
Russia with the first corner of the game, and it is Koznikova, the captain's delivery. O'Sullivan, well, on the second attempt, it was convincing in the end. But sturdy hands from Wales' Laura O'Sullivan. With the sun in her eyes as well.
We just got to make sure this ball does, you know, stay up this end now. We just got to make sure that we hold up the ball. Even if you're drawing a foul, you just give the defence a bit of a breather, because at the moment, you know, especially these last 10 minutes, this ball is coming back often, and it'll be a long evening for all the girls if they're having to chase after and be out of possession all game.
Green has given the ball away, and here is Zaya Stanova. Morozova. Another good tackle from Rhiannon Roberts. Remember, no Charlie Escort as well today. Another player who really has blossomed under Jane Ludlow's leadership.
She really has, and she was outstanding against England. You know, she got booked as well quite early on against Nikita Paris. She was extremely quick, and she dealt with it. For someone so young, she dealt with it with such a level and calm head. And she's one of our players, you know, that when you look at the future, you get excited about, because don't forget, a lot of these players are still quite young. You know, Angharad James, Sophie Ingle, they're still only 24, 25 years old, but they've been around for so long now, and that experience obviously is helping to bring the rest of the youngsters through.
Well, I think that's what Ryan Giggs has found with his men's team. A lot of highly capped players, but still in their 20s. And lovely to see Ocean Roberts as well. He's usually got some sort of laptop or computer at hand.
Yeah, he likes his stats, doesn't he? He likes to do a bit of analysis. But no, it's great to see him here. And you know, as I say, he's been a big advocate for the women's game here in Wales for a number of years. You know, he's helped push a lot of us on and give us the confidence to do our coaching courses. And it is great to see him here, and for his support, because he's obviously been so successful as well.
And he is as patriotic as you get, almost as much as you, Gwenan, if that's possible.
Almost.
James.
I did a cooking competition with Oshan just before the Euros, and I was so gutted because he got given the easy dish, whilst myself and Owain Tilly-Jones got given such a hard dish to cook, and he was so happy.
There's a free kick for Wales. And Yakupova with the challenge on Fishlock. Ingle with this free kick. No real chances yet. All Wales need is a chance on goal. Helen Ward, perhaps the closest so far. Rowe, up to Ward. And Harry James. Well, it was Rowe who gave away the free kick.
Just a sloppy pass into Rowe there made it difficult for him. As I've mentioned it a couple of times already, we just need to be a bit more tidy in possession. Just keep hold of the ball, get a couple of passes going.
Well, that's lovely to see. Lots of school children here at Sputty Park. As has been the case for many of the women's matches. Certainly the case last Thursday in Swansea. And the people of Newport have come out to show their support too. Great to see. And here's Harding. Oh, Roberts just shrugged off the ball there by Morozova, illegally, according to the Finnish referee.
She's given it a tough time out there, though, isn't she, Morozova? You know, she's closed Rhiannon Roberts down a couple of times, put her under pressure, and she's forced errors out of her. So that's something that Rhiannon will just have to be a bit more careful about. Just compose herself, you know, and deal with Morozova a tiny bit better.
Forward by Ladd. Fishlock. Smirnova. Fishlock wins it back, and it's Green this time, looking for Harding. One thing we know about Jane Ludlow is that she is not afraid to mix things up if things aren't working. Helen Ward working hard to get the ball. Was she fouled?
I think it was 50-50 if Morris. They were both going in for it, but there's a couple of times now that Russia have tried to transfer the ball across and switch the play, and Jess Fishlock has read that really well in centre mid, something obviously that Jane has worked on in training with them.
Well, Green is down, and that challenge from Smirnova. Well, this was the Helen Ward incident. Perhaps she felt that she should have been fouled. Jane Ludlow certainly thought that was the case. But Green is back on her feet, which is...
Smirnova's a danger as well. I think Sue mentioned, you know, off camera earlier that she played out wide against England, where she's so much better in midfield, and she scored 4 goals in this campaign as well. So her and Danilova are the biggest threats for Russia.
Plays for CSKA Moscow, and the target may be Rhiannon Roberts again. It's Ward who flicks it on. And that is about as close as Wales and Ward have come so far.
I'd like to see us just make more and gamble, make more runs off the back of those flick-ons, because we've won quite a few now. Kaylee Green has won a couple, Helen Ward has won a couple, but there's no point making that flick-on if someone's not making a run off the back of it, and it's something that we need to address.
Harding. Here at Sputty Park, former home of Newport County for many years. Wales did play here against Austria just prior to Euro 2016, in fact, and a game we televised on BBC Wales. So Jane Ludlow's team do have experience of playing on this surface.
Yeah, there's been a number of fixtures here over the last 10 years. Holland at home, Republic of Ireland at home here as well.
And it's back to Todua. And the goalkeeper, one of 2 new introductions to this Russian side, just rolls it out. Good interception from Fishlock.
Their goalkeeping situation is quite interesting, actually, because I think this is the 3rd, possibly the 4th goalkeeper they've used now in only 6 games in this campaign. It shows maybe a lack of trust from Elena Femina in her goalkeeping situation, possibly, and something that we need to test. You know, corners, free kicks, we need to put the ball and make sure that we're testing her, putting her under pressure.
There's Krichenko, Julia Krichenko, who played against England last Friday. It's Todua this evening. Wales have to be careful here, in towards Danilova. It's Panchukina. Wales are struggling to get it away here. They do so through Rowe. She's battling hard. Just running through the Russian players there, and Wales do have it through Ward. For Green to chase. Oh, Green. Well, she just lost her footing. I thought for a moment that could have been a chance.
Yeah, I think it was just asking a little bit too much, considering how deep Kaylee Green has come from. I'd like to see us there, you know, if we haven't got the numbers, just keep hold of it, just keep possession, you know, just get a real foothold in this game, because, you know, Russia are definitely on the front foot more than we are, so just keep the ball and just compose ourselves a little bit.
Koznikova's ball forward, volleyed away by Rowe. Ward's flick on goes to no one. Wales currently sits 2nd in Group 1. England regained the top spot after that win against Russia last week. Only a point separates the 2 top teams. But Wales do know that a win here does set up a winner-takes-all game against England.
Yeah, well, anything, you know, at any point today will guarantee a 2nd place in the group, which is somewhere we've never finished before, which is a massive step forward for us. But, you know, when you get that far, you can't be content with that, can you? And it's something we're striving now to go on and push and compete and get that top spot.
Roberts with a clearance away. Here's Ward. Van Green. Harding through the centre, and here's Fishlock. Seattle player needs support and finds it in Ingle. Harding. Harding's chance. You can see what she was trying to do. Just went over the bar. It was an awkward position for Harding to take the volley on.
It was, but, you know, that's the sign. It's a real snapshot. Tash Harding's a very confident forward, and, you know, anywhere when she gets a sniff around goal, she will have a go and have an effort on target, which is pleasing. That's what we want to see.
It looks as though there'll be a change here for Russia. Akimova, who is struggling somewhat, up against Green here. Sliding tackle by Belamitseva. Green wins it back. Terrific tackle back, but she's hurt in the process. The referee gave no decision, no advantage. So play continues. Danilova. She's turned lad. Danilova's shot. Not on target.
No, but that's 2 free kicks we should have had there. And that's not a good sign, is it? That's not looking good for Wales or Kaylee Green.
Well, we will have a stoppage here because Russia will make the change, but maybe there's something for Jane Ludlow to think about here.
I think she lands on it, doesn't she? She lands on it just as she's got the ball.
And hopefully it's not too serious. She scored the goal against Bosnia last week.
That would be a massive loss to lose Kaylee Green so early on. She scored 2 in this campaign, and her work rate is outstanding, as we've mentioned before, but she holds the ball up well. You know, she gives Wales a platform to work off, and I think she was listening to my commentary about 5 minutes ago, because when I said previously about when we're counter-attacking, maybe just keep the ball, turn back around, keep possession, she did that. She did that well, and it nearly led to an opportunity that Tash Harding had.
Yeah, just confirmation of the substitution there. Alsu Abdulina on for Anastasia Akimova, so maybe a reshuffle in tactics as well as personnel, and hopefully we can't say the same about Wales. Kaylee Green hobbling off here. I think she'll be okay, Gwenan.
Yeah, I think it'd take a lot to take her off. She's a very determined individual. Yeah, she looks to be okay. I think hopefully Jane will give her a bit of time to try and run it off.
We have seen that Zaya Stanova, the left back, has switched to right for Russia. But more pressing issues for Wales here. Fishlock trying to get the ball away, or she was clattered into. And Fishlock is furious, and she's got to just watch her reaction there. Don't want to see any cards. The referee may take action here. It was Danilova was clearly at fault there. She steaming into Jess Fishlock.
Yeah, she is, and it was a bad challenge. You could see why Jess, getting, a bit irate and a bit angry. And I'm expecting a yellow card, so that's been the 3rd or 4th. Quite bad challenge now, which you'd expect a card. But Hannah James, she doesn't need to go in there. In a game of this magnitude, you just need to keep you calm. That's cynical. That's from the back. That's from behind. That's a yellow card.
Well, in fairness to Jess Fishlock, there was no contact from her, although Hannah James.
Yeah, she's experienced enough, Jess. She knows, and she knows to get in people's heads as well and wind, their best player up. But Hannah just needs to compose herself and not get involved in those situations.
So it's been frustrating for Wales. Ladd clears it away. And Jane Ludlow deep in thought here. I just wonder if Kaylee Green will see out this game. She seems to be okay. Seems to be hobbling that much. Ingle. Roberts will take this throw. Well, it's a game that needs inspiration, needs a flash of brilliance, just to get this crowd going as well.
It does indeed, doesn't it? And it would be a very timely goal, just before half-time. But we've had the chances, We've had Helen Ward's, shot just on the outside of the area, which she'd be disappointed with, and then Tash Harding. Yes, they're from distance, but it's pleasing. I think Russia have had one from distance as well, but the better chances have fallen to Wales, and we have to take one, and we've got to be clinical.
Zayastanova. Panchukina crossing towards Danilova, and here's Harding. Needs support, but it's a great run.
She just ran out of room in the end there, didn't she? You could see she's trying to use her pace. She beat one, got past the other, but it was good defending by the Russians to sweep across and clear the danger.
Sullivan with a kick. Ward. Osnikova gives the ball away. It's another Wales throw.
They've been very sloppy in possession, Russia. I've been quite surprised, expected them to be a little bit more comfortable. Being able to play passages of play and combinations a bit better than they have this evening so far. But that's praised to Wales in the way that they've closed down, they've hassled, they haven't given Russia any time on the ball and forced the errors.
Fishlock A link up with Harding. James has come forward. Rowe has come way forward. Rowe shot straight into the hands of Kodiwa. But it was a decent attempt from the Wales winger. And Rachel Rowe showed great initiative to first win the ball and then shoot on goal.
Yeah, and she had to win that ball, because if she didn't, you know, that was leaving a 2-on-1 in a wide area for Russia, and she won it well. And it was, you know, it was a decent strike on target. A little bit easy for the goalkeeper in terms of straight at her and a comfortable height. But from the distance that it's worth an effort, and just needs a forward to close down.
Morozova's cross, good catch from O'Sullivan. Wales keen to get forward. Lovely play from Green. Harding. Tackle from Morozova. There's a real tussle between those two. But this is the attempt from Rachel Rowe, Gwenan.
Yeah, she had to win that, and she does superbly to do that. She could have probably carried it a little bit further, to be honest, Rachel Rowe. We know she's got great feet, possibly, you know, being direct and take that player on, but snapshot from distance. And one of the reasons why I think she's moved to that wing-back position is her running stats are absolutely outstanding. You know, I think it's the last 3 games she's had the highest runner in the team. I think she ran 11 kilometres in the last game, you know, which is great figures for the position she was playing in.
Ward with the early ball. It's with Panchukina. Yakupova. Smirnova has lost it. And here's Rowe again. Early ball. It's a lovely one to Ward.
Got to get these players higher now. You know, there's just big gaps between the forwards.
To Green. Green shot. Good defending. A good tackle from Belamitseva.
It was a great turn by Kaylee Green. Then she rolled her player really nicely and had a snapshot, but blocked, unfortunately.
Yakupova. Green doing her defensive duties again. She really puts a shift in. She did so on Thursday, and she's already been in the wars tonight.
And that's why she would be such a momentous loss, you know, if she were to come off with this injury she's carrying at the moment.
Fishlock. Careless stuff there. It's Ziyech's favour, but Fishlock wins it back. Harding. Danilova. Here's Morozova again. Rowe with a header away. Panchukina. Want to get round Rowe. It's a cross. Is it a shot? It was neither in the end. And she acknowledges that.
Yeah, that's comfortable for Wales in the end. They're so disciplined in their defensive shape. You know, they know exactly where to go. We saw that in the England game with the 5 of them. You know, the wing backs tracking back and getting into positions and picking up Russia's wingers.
Rowe. Fishlock's ball is a lovely one for Green. She's got Ward in the middle. Here is Ward. Back out to Green. Oh, Harding with the chance. Tash Harding! Well, that was the best chance of the game, no doubt. And still Wales come forward. Well, the initial chance from Helen Ward then found its way to Green, who showed great skill to find Harding in that position. But here come Russia, and it's back to O'Sullivan. But I think Tash Harding will have very few better chances than that.
Yeah, it was great play initially, great flick on by Jessica shot, and a great releasing ball to Kaylee Green, who used her pace superbly down the wing. Helen Ward got a good shot on target, blocked very well, and then, as you said, Kaylee Green does great to get that back across. And Tash Harding, you know, she does well. She takes a touch, she composes herself, but by that time the Russian players had got their bodies back in the way, and it was a great stop just before it went on the line.
Well, you know it's a good chance when Gwenan Harris is on her feet.
Are you trying to say I'm lazy?
Not at all.
I've had a hard day working today in school.
But it was one of those moments in the game where you thought a player of Tash Harding's quality was going to bury that in the back of the net. In the meantime, Wales have to be careful here. Low cross in towards Yakupova. That It's a snapshot for Russia here from Smirnova. Fishlop underground, but still the away team go forward. Jane Ludlow screaming at her players. Pajukina. And Ingle clears it away.
That's the count. You know, I've lost count now how many times Sophie Ingle, Lauren Dykes have been in those positions and they've dealt with it comfortably. You know, got across, you know, use their strength to get their body in between and clear the ball well as well with distance.
Wales doing all the chasing, but finishing the half with great confidence. And you said it, Gwen, and how nice it would be to score a goal just before the break. Roberts out-jumped, but Ladd not out-fought. Still Russia coming forward through Korokina. And supports Smirnova. Here's Zayastinova. The Russians are getting closer in towards Danilova. Smirnova wants it. Smirnova doesn't get it. And Kaylee Green again. Another superb display. Foul on Ward. And that may well be a card.
And that's so much better in terms of holding the ball up, you know, and winning a free kick in a great area, and just allowing the Welsh defence a bit more time to recover, you know, and get into shape and just compose themselves again. Great play between the two forwards there.
Ingle's free kick. She has been absolutely immense, Sophie Ingle. And,
you jinxed it.
well, the intention was to aim for Harding there, but the goalkeeper was up to the task. Now that's a free kick against Ladd.
I don't quite understand that. I think I need to see the replay on that. It looked like Haley won the ball with her head then.
Well, now's your chance.
I'm baffled by that decision. But you know, you've got to switch on now, concentrate. 30 seconds left. This would be disastrous to concede at this moment in the first half.
Wales have to stand firm and see this half out. They've never conceded so far in this campaign. And they don't look like doing so at the moment. Good header from Rowe. And Rowe again. That may well be that for the first half. All eyes on the Finnish referee. Is there a last chance? Is there a last piece of skill for Wales? And if it's going to come from anyone, it'll be from this player, Fishlop. Lovely ball in towards Green. Claims of handball. Well, the Finnish referee just kept her arms by her side. But let's have a look at that again.
Do you know, it's one of those, isn't it? You know, it is a handball, but she's turning her body away, so she can't actually see, you know, the ball hitting her. She hasn't purposely gone to handle that. It's one of those, could be given, but I think, to be honest, it would have been a bit harsh. Great ball by Jess Fishlop, though, through to Kaylee Green. I think she just didn't quite read it.
Well, his Ward onside, just about a yard off. It's been a productive first half for her in particular. 2 chances. There was a volley from outside the box. Tash Harding has had great chances, as has Rachel Rowe.
I think Jane will be happy, you know, going in half-time. Yes, we haven't scored, but I think she'd be pleased that...
Danilova. Morozova's in there. And it is an offside flag.
Yeah, I think she'll be pleased, you know, that the majority of those chances, be it maybe from distance, have come. The Wales were picking up those second balls in and around the area, you know, and we're being confident, we're being brave, being bold, and we're shooting early.
O'Sullivan with possibly the last kick of the first half. And that is the end of the first half. Well, Jane Ludlow will in some areas be satisfied, but in other areas frustrated. Tash Harding has certainly had a few golden chances, and one in particular which forced a good save from Codiwa. Rachel Rowe has also impressed and had a few chances herself, but Wales have been stubborn, defensively stubborn, which we've been used to seeing from them. They've yet to concede in this group so far, and this evening seems to be more of the same. But it's a game that needs a bit of inspiration, it's a game that needs a bit of brilliance, and it's a game that really needs a goal. And at this sellout Spitty Park crowd, haven't seen a classic in the Newport sunshine, but at half-time it's 0-0 Gwenan, and I think Jane Ludlow will be satisfied.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think she'll be relatively pleased with that. Obviously, we'd like to, be ahead, but on the balance of the play, Russia's probably had more possession, but we've looked the more dangerous, the more likely to score. We've had quite a few, 3, 4, and two good chances as well to score. Maybe not clean cut, but good at least half chances, and we've just got to be a little bit more clinical. We know we haven't scored many in the campaign, but we've just got to put one away.
Goals needed in the second half, because at half-time, it's 0-0.
Just a quick message to say thanks for everyone for staying at home. I know it's disruptive, work is disruptive, but we're all in this together. And we're doing it for the greater good. Help the NHS. Save lives. Stay at home.
Hi guys. We're all aware of the fantastic job that the NHS are doing at the moment. It's been incredible. So let's help them out by staying at home and saving lives. Thank you.
Diolch to everyone who is staying at home at the moment. I know it's really hard, I know it's disruptive, and I know work is suffering. But we're all in it for the greater good, and we're in it together. Protect our NHS, save lives, and stay at home. Thank you.
Just like to say a really big thank you to all those key workers working hard within Wales to keep us safe and sound. Diolch.
Our key workers are doing such an important job. Diolch to everybody, and continue the fantastic work. It's important that all of us in Wales stay at home and protect the NHS.
Help the NHS. Protect lives. Stay home.
Down in some middle minds, how they knew the good
Thank you, Jace. There's some fascinating analysis there of what was an intriguing first half. No changes from a Welsh point of view. And at times, Jane Ludlow cuts a bit of a solitary figure when she comes out before the players do for the start of a second half, just to get that thinking space. But it's Russia on the attack immediately. Ball into the middle towards Danilova. Well,
that's something I think was evident in the first half. You know, we were quite slow at times to stop the crosses. Yes, we've dealt with the players in the box well, and we've got, you know, our body positions correct, but we've got to stop those crosses earlier.
Quickly taken free kick. Wales are going to be careful. Abdulina with the cross. And on that back post, Panchukina was just trying to get behind Rachel Rowe.
One of the first things you told us, you know, as a players, don't turn your back on the ball, and we had two players there turn their back on the ball, have to remain focused at all times. You know, in a game of this magnitude, it's fine margins, you know, and you have to be concentrating at all times.
Just wonder if they went to sleep there. Well, Wales could do with a goal. James has lost it. Fishlock as ever wins it back. Rides the tackle.
It's got to be a booking, yeah.
And this is a yellow card, this time for Koznikova, the captain.
So that was coming, wasn't it? You know, we saw 3, 4, possibly 5 challenges in the first half, which could have been a yellow card. But Jess is so clever here. You know, she knows that tackle's coming, and she just clips it over, just waits for that contact.
She had to perform a high jump to elude that tackle from Koznikova. But it is a free kick, and it is Ingle. Wales in the Newport sunshine, just ram it into that box. It's a shot from, in the end, Kaylee Green couldn't steer it on goal, but here's Rowe. In towards Green! Green again! It's there! And once again, it's Kaylee Green! You cannot write off this Wales team. Jane Ludlow's side just keep on fighting, and they have the breakthrough.
And we could not have timed that goal any better. What a fantastic start to the second half. Third time lucky, so to say. Kaylee had 3 chances at that. She snatched at the first one there. Great work by Rachel Rowe to go past her player. A little bit of skill to go down the line, bring it back. She just mistimed that, but always chasing a lost cause, Kaylee Green, and she's finished the third one with a plum with her left foot back across the goal and into the net. What a great finish.
She's a goal scorer, and she was there to just put away the loose ball, and once again it means the world, not just to Kaylee Green but to the Wales manager Jane Ludlow.
I don't think she could have asked for a better start for the second half. You know, what a way to ease the nerves, calm the players down. It'll be interesting now to see, you know, obviously Rhiannon Roberts is off, so Tash Harden has dropped back into the full-back position, but it'll be interesting to see if we do just change slightly. You know, do we go a little bit more cautious now in this next, you know, it's a long half to be changing and going negative straight away.
Well, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Well, you're watching Phil Neville.
And that's what we want, didn't we? Put the pressure straight back on England. You know, they did a very professional job on Friday night against Russia, but I don't think they're used to having someone pushing them in the group so close as this. And I'm sure they'll be keeping an eye on today's game.
Kaylee Green has had a stormer, and you can forgive her that.
You could see what she was trying to do. You know, she noticed the keeper was off her line, and to be honest, she scored a goal like this. I think it might be even in the Cyprus Cup. She scored a goal, noticed the keeper off her line from about 35 yards, and possibly that might have been ringing in her head at the time.
You just get the impression that something special is happening in women's football in Wales. Yes, there's a long way to go, but Green is hungry for more. Wales are hungry for more. Do I start talking about the possibility of France next year? My goodness.
I think what the win does is put us in a fantastic position, regardless of the results against England. Obviously, obviously we want to win the group, you know, and beat England. If we win this game, that is, let's not get ahead of ourselves, still 40 minutes ahead. However, yeah, see, she snatches at the first chance. She mistimes the second one, but she puts the third one away, and third time lucky, as they say.
She has hobbled through this game, fought like a warrior, and scored like the striker she is.
Yeah, going back to that point earlier, Simon, you know, there's only 4 teams that come second in the group that can go into the playoffs, and it's so tight. You know, you've got the likes of Norway, Denmark, even Germany at the minute, and runners up in their group. And if we don't get that, you know, we're putting ourselves in a great position with 3 points tonight, regardless of that England game, which was massive to take a little bit of pressure off us going into that game.
Yeah, it's a good point, Gwenna, because the fact Wales don't score many goals, that might not work in their favour in terms of those second place placings for the playoffs.
Well, it goes down to your results on against the first place teams. So, you know, if we did finish second, probably be England, and then third and fourth. And if we can get a victory here, that 3 points would be massive, because you know that means that we've taken 10 points out of a possible 12. But I think that could be a negative. You know, we could go and beat England, but as I said, you know, there's a long way left in this game first, and we need to see out this 1-0 victory at the moment.
Panchakina. This hit the ball out for a throw. It was 2 years ago. There were many hungover Welsh fans in Bordeaux after that opening game of Euro 2016 for Chris Coleman's team. I just wonder if there's another French adventure to come.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Ward was charging towards the goal, and it was Koznikova, who's already been booked. It was very well to just calmly take the ball out of the trouble. Ingle, who has been immense. Sophie Ingle has not put a foot wrong.
Yeah, a real captain's performance, and she's so composed and she's so laid back off the pitch as well. And I think that's what makes her such an outstanding leader, is that she's calm under all circumstances. She used to be very quiet when she came into the group. She used to say a lot. She's got a lot more vocal, and she's vocal when she needs to be, but she just lets her performances do the talking.
Well, there was a lot made of the fact that she was given the captaincy at a time when Jess Fishlock was in fact the captain. And here is Fishlock again. You just cannot keep her down. And she's put through Rachel Rowe. This is a battling Wales performance, but it has gone out for a throw. And you can hear what the crowd think of that.
Yeah, but it's good play, you know. You can see, you know, the Wales girls, their spirits are up. They're bombing players on now, and they are looking, you know, to get that second goal and put the game to bed, which is pleasing, because it's a long time to go. We don't want to be sat back for 35 minutes.
Abdelina, the substitute. It was an aimless ball, and O'Sullivan will take her time to pick this up. We're not quite at the stage of running down the clock, Gwenan, but
whatever it takes.
Maybe we are.
No, there wasn't much movement there for Russia. Yes, that's a poor ball back across, back onto the box, but they just look so flat, Russia. You know, as I said, I expected so much more from them, so much better for a team that a year ago were competing in the European Championship finals.
Abdelina tackled by Harding. Wales throw though. Well, plenty for Alina Femina to think about. She's already used one of her players from the bench. And Jane Ludlow, in contrast,
she's showing a cool, calm, collected face, but I know inside she'd be busting, because she's such a passionate person, and as a player.
What I was about to say is that she keeps faith with her players and her mainstays. Look to make too many personnel changes in a game either until very late on, which we saw last Thursday.
Yeah, and we've seen the same, you know, against England when there were no changes in that game. But in a way, you know, that maybe shows the position that we're in. We've got a very strong 11. I mean, no disrespect to the players on the bench, because we've got some outstanding youngsters, but...
James with the ball over the top for Ward. And Todiwa came way out of her goal. It was a good decision from the Russian goalkeeper.
Yeah, we just don't quite have the depth that maybe other nations have, but as Jane always and rightly so says, we are a small nation, we've got a small pool of players, so really, you know, even how well we're doing in this group, we're overachieving, so to say.
Throw from Roberts. It's back to Rhiannon Roberts. Green. Wins the throw. Roberts will take it. A second goal would ease quite a few nerves. And it was a nervy finish to the Bosnia game in Swansea. Are we in for more butterflies? Roberts. Looking forward. Fishlocks volley. And she certainly tested Todiwa. Well, the girl's got quality, we know that. And once again, Jess Fishlock just shows a bit of invention.
Yeah, that's absolute great technique. You know, getting the body over the ball. She scored a goal similar to that against Kazakhstan away, the opening game in this group. And I think the goalkeeper Todiwa, I think she sees it late, but you know, please and play from us again. We're picking up all the second balls and we're having shots on target.
It's a terrific interview with Jess Fishlock. You can see on the BBC Sport Wales website. Giving a tour of her adopted home of Seattle, where she plays for the Seattle Reign. James with the corner, and Wales after a second goal. Keeper under pressure. And Russia haven't cleared it away. Ward was just trying to swivel a shot in. And it's Dykes on that occasion, who just opts for safety. And it seems Russia are going to make another change.
I think they need to, don't they? You know, their campaign is in absolute tatters at the moment, and unless they find some way back in this game, you know, really quite an embarrassing campaign for a team that are ranked 26th in the world and have got a fine tradition of women's football.
And Wales have still not conceded. It's been an extraordinary effort. Well, the Russian coach, Elena Fomina, is going for broke now. It's Margarita Chernomodrina.
Interestingly, though, doesn't seem to be much change in their formation, which is strange. You know, when you need a goal, you think you'd change, you know, and put another forward on and give support to Danilova up front.
And here is Chernomodrina with the first touch of the game that goes straight to Jess Fishlock. Harding having a real to-do with Koznikova, the Russian captain, but it was the Russian captain who won that particular battle. She wins a free kick.
Yeah, that was great defending by the captain there. You know, just got her body in between Tash and the ball and just experienced to shield Tash out of the way.
Ward trying to get on the end of a pass from Rowe. Ziastanova. Ball looking for Panchakina. It's back to the Russian right back. Well, as things stand, Wales go top of Group 1 again. England, of course, have Kazakhstan to play after that game against Wales. But regardless of what happens, as things stand, Wales are facing a winner-takes-all game against the England. This is the Fishlock chance, Gwenan.
That's great technique, isn't it? You know, there's not many players in the world that can keep that volley down. You know, a lot of players would open their body up and you'd see it going over the bar. That's male or female game.
Green working so hard and charging forward again. It was a late challenge by Koznikova, who's already been booked. Well, no fouls, says the referee. Here is Abdulina. Chernomodrina. Smirnova.
Just got to be careful there. That's twice now that the Russian winger has just ran in off the back, you know, made an inside run off the back of Rachel Rowe. Just needs to be aware, open her body up, make sure she can see. I'm not going to attempt to say her name, to be honest, the Russian winger.
Yeah, I'm struggling myself. O'Sullivan's come out. Oh, she's dropped it. This could be a disaster. Well, thankfully Tash Harding was there. And once again, you may have to ask about the communication between defence and goalkeeper. But luckily for Wales, that collision between O'Sullivan and Dykes wasn't costly.
Yeah, that's a real lack of communication there. I think possibly between Hayley Ladd, is it? Yeah, Hayley Ladd, and also about what a tackle that is. You know, talk about putting your body on the line by Lauren Dykes, outstanding.
Yeah, in fairness, it was Dykes with the tackle and Ladd with the initial collision with O'Sullivan. So fair play to Lauren Dykes, Bristol City player. Signed a new deal in July. Last July. Green has gone down. And it is a free kick to Wales.
Yeah, that's great play again by Kaylee Green. She knows how to work the defenders in those situations. Winning the flick off, again getting her body in the way, and winning the free kick as well, which again, you know, just gives Wales a little bit of time to regroup, just get the breath back.
It's a real pleasure to bring this Welsh women's team to BBC television, because there is something special happening. Ingles' free kick was wayward, and Jess Fishlock working hard to win the ball back for Wales here. That is an outstanding tackle. She wins back possession, and then Harrod James does the same. Rowe, Green, Ward, through to Green, this to make it 2-0. That is a fabulous, fabulous second goal from Kaylee Green. It was a well-worked team goal, and they deserve it. The Russians had no answers. Kaylee Green asked all the questions, and Wales are now 2-0 up.
What a composed finish. Through on goal, you know that this is such an important game. To just coolly and calmly dink over the goalkeeper like that shows real class and composure about Kaylee Green. But yeah, I have to come back to this. The tackle from Jess Fishlock, that's a Jess Fishlock trademark. You think the ball's past her, she just hooks her foot around. She set that off, but great interlink, great 1-2 between the two forwards, Kaylee Green and Helen Ward, and that is an outstanding composed finish by Kaylee Green.
It's a fabulous finish from a player in form, and she is the apple of Jane Ludlow's eye. Look at that reaction.
I think Jane just needs to work on these celebrations a little bit, Mike, don't you think?
Well, we saw her, what was it, a kind of a piggyback last Thursday to one of the coaches.
She just seems to gallop down the wing like she's about to do a triple jump from back in her triple jump in Great Britain days.
Well, you can't blame her. She has overseen a magnificent campaign so far. And as things stand, thanks to her, Kaylee Green, her 2 goals, Wales are heading for an almighty clash against the Lionesses.
Well, look at the work rate there of Kaylee Green.
And the ball over Ingles' head goes out for a goal kick. And Russia haven't really threatened, let's be honest. Wales defensively, we talk about their ability at the back, but this evening has really shown that.
Yeah, I think in patches, you know, they've of course a few. Oh, what a finish. That is an out-and-out. And let's not forget, Kaylee Green actually started her career as a centre-half. So to be able to transform your game and to show that type of touch in a situation like that, in a high-pressure game like that, is outstanding.
Well, Kaylee Green is on the floor. She's been battered, she's been bruised, she's been kicked, she's been tripped. But she is having a stormer of a match once again. She was selected as the player of the match by Gwennon last Thursday. I dare say, Gwennon Harris, you've got a tough choice ahead of you later on.
I have. There's 11 absolute heroes on the pitch at the moment, so... Oh, gosh. Can I give a joint award?
It's a rollover week. But it's not over yet. A third would be ideal. Ingles' free kick under the nose of the goalkeeper, and in fairness to Todua.
That's just something we need to be wary of now. Obviously, we've got that second goal, we've got a little bit of a cushion, and I know they do say, you know, you can't count on a 2-goal lead, but we just need to be aware, you know, of Russia possibly countering us. Just make sure that we keep enough bodies back and be sensible.
Well, it was a well-worked team goal, but Green's finish in the end was straight out of the top drawer, and here goes Fishlock. Well, she has got Ward in support. Here is Helen Ward, and the pass just wasn't there.
Yeah, and that's unlike Jess's uncharacteristic, just not putting enough pace on the ball. Just didn't quite come through to Helen Ward.
Well, how are your nerves when you think about Wales against England for a place at the World Cup? But Russia have still got something to say here. Yakupova has fallen to the ground. Abdulina, good tackle from Tash Harding. As useful in defence as she is in attack. And here she is again. And wins the free kick.
Yeah, an experience again, you know, just to get the body in between the player and the ball and win a free kick. And by time, again, make sure that Wales just get their breather, organise their defence and the defensive positions, and just, again, really, you know, running that clock down, even though there's a long time to go. Just those precious few seconds, just mount them up.
O'Sullivan. And the sun is just starting to get in our eyes here in the commentary position. It's been a lovely day. It's been a terrific atmosphere. It's been a sellout crowd. And so far the right result for Wales. We've just got to see this out now. We know a goal from the Russians could change everything.
Yeah, look, you know, I hope they show a replay of that with the defensive lines, the back five and then the back three, all in such a tight line, all knowing their jobs inside out and remaining disciplined in that shape. Outstanding defence.
Kaylee Green gets the headlines, but once again, as you say, Ingle, Ladd, Dykes, O'Sullivan, Rhiannon Roberts, Rachel Rowe as a wing back this evening, about to take this throw. They have been stars throughout this campaign. Ward. Very unselfish performance from her. It's a ball through the middle. It's Tash Harding. This to make it 3-0 to Wales. Good save. Harding again. It is 3-0. And this is just getting silly. Wales are coming for the Lionesses. They are thrashing the Russians here. And Tash Harding rewarded with a goal, and Wales is third.
And who said Wales can't score goals? You know, questions have been asked about the ability of these sides to score goals, but they have shown 3 fantastic composed finishes in the second half. Great ball, great assist by Kaylee Green, sliding it through. Tash Harding takes a touch, she looks up, she goes for placement, which you always say, don't go for power, go for placement. It was a great save, but she's alert to that rebound, and she slots into the back of the net to give us now a very comfortable lead, which will take a lot of confidence and a lot of pressure off these girls.
If only you could see the reaction of Gwennon Harris. It was similar to the reaction of Jane Ludlow. Look at that.
Oh, I looked a bit better than that.
Well, for Welsh fans everywhere, this is a night to savour so far. It's been arguably the best performance of the group. You could say defensively against England, Wales shone, but attacking-wise, the quality of the goals, particularly that one from Green and also that third from Tash Harding, was just breakaway football at its best.
And that's the difference, because when you want to get onto that next level, you know, the level the likes of England are at, you have to be composed, you have to take your chances at that level. And the second half, like we stepped up our game against Bosnia on Thursday in the second half, we've done exactly the same again this evening. You know, remained very organised in defence and disciplined, but taking those chances when they fall in our way in the second half.
Rowe getting her foot in, as does Ingle, goes out for a goal kick. Well, just for pure effort alone, I think she deserved this, Tash Harding.
Yeah, and this is why I think today she's played in a more advanced area. She's used to being in these positions. She had a great start to the previous campaign with Liverpool and then switched across to Reading. And She knows what to do in those situations. Take her time, composure, look to place it past the goalkeeper and follow in case there are rebounds.
And there were tears in her eyes there, it seemed. Very, very emotional. And Wales are not done yet. Rowe just charging into the penalty area. She still got it. And Ward was in support. They're all queuing up for goals now.
Yeah, and if there's anyone else that deserves a goal, you know, you'd have to put Rachel Rowe high up the list. The amount of ground she covers, not only in this game, but in every game. Her running stats are outstanding. I do question this Russian defence, mind. I can't believe, you know, I think Sue touched on it in commentary at half-time, but they're just all over the shop for a team that is ranked well in the world, and a team that's had experience of playing in major tournaments. They are shambolic at the back. They don't know what they're doing. They're out of position. Their body positions are all over the shop, and most importantly, they're not tracking runners, which is one of the, you know, the key disciplines you need as a defender, at defending when you're playing international football.
Well, the red wall has come to Spitty Park tonight, and they're loving what they're seeing. And that game against England will be in August, venue to be confirmed, and it will be live on the BBC. Ingle. Well, Harding was the target. She couldn't flick the ball on. And that was the chant, we want 4. They may well get 4, these fans. Ward with a shot. Well, it wasn't going to test Codier, the goalkeeper. I think people are just willing that ball to go in now for Helen Ward.
Yeah, and again, she deserves, you know, she deserves a goal as well, the shift she puts in, but just lacked a little bit of pace there. You know, on target, which is always what you ask of your forwards, make sure it's on target, but just lacked pace to really trouble the goalkeeper.
Slip from James, foul by James, and a free kick to Russia. Well, when you play like this against Russia, a team ranked 24th in the world, why can't you play like this against England? There's no reason at all. And it's going to be Panchukina with the free kick for Russia. Wales have not conceded yet, and they don't want to start now. It's a two-woman wall. That midfield combination of James and Fishlock. But Panchukina, every single outfield player, it seems, in that area. Panchukina towards O'Sullivan. Easy peasy. And she'll be in no rush to release that.
Well, she has played it quite early, actually. I think we've sensed the gap. We just need to keep our heads a little bit here now. Just, you know, realise, and I think Tash Jess are telling players that 3-0 down, take your time, just run the clock down. But yeah, you know, Laura Sullivan hasn't had much today, but mark of a goalkeeper is their ability to be able to keep the concentration and be there when they are required, and she's done that then.
Panchukina. Smanova. Long clearance from Rowe. Helen Ward chasing it down. Keeper's come way out of her goal.
Very composed. It's like watching the old Fabian Barthez.
What do they call it? Sweeper keeper. Manuel Neuer style, which is adopted by a lot of goalkeepers now, almost as an extra defender.
It is, and I think the ability of goalkeepers to play with their feet now is huge. You know, it's a real prerequisite really for some of the top teams and top nations.
It's a long shot, and that just about sums up Russia's night. Danilova, who has not had a sniff, and you can see by the reaction of her coach Femina, it has been a horrible night for the Russians. A glorious one for Wales's women.
Yeah, and it's summed up Russia's campaign really. As I mentioned earlier, you know, they got off to a terrible start. They lost 6-0 to England away, and were awful defending in that game. And it hasn't really got much better for that really. They beat Bosnia 6-1, but just haven't got, you know, up and running really in this campaign. Whereas on the opposite, Wales, great start to the campaign, and it's such a big thing, momentum. You know, when you have momentum with you, it breeds confidence. And you can see, you know, the confidence is oozing out of these Welsh players.
Kaylee Green again battling so hard, as is Jess Fishlock. Closed down there by the Russian midfielder China Madrina. Roberts, Fishlock, James. Roberts has given it away. Here is Smanova with the cross in towards that penalty area. Ladd hasn't dealt with it, it goes over the bar. And I think Laura O'Sullivan saw it all the way. But just hasn't worked out for Russia, and that is testament to the tactics of Jane Ludlow.
Yeah, once again this evening she's got it absolutely spot on. And credit due, credit where it's due, because in these big games she has got the tactics absolutely spot on. And people might say, oh, you're defensive, and you're not showing, especially against England, maybe you're not showing much, willing to go forward. But we've got to remember where we are. You've got to play to your strengths, and I think Jane has said that in the media this week. We're a small nation, we've only got a small pool of players, but we're playing to our strengths.
Only the Lionesses of England stand between Wales and a first World Cup appearance since 1958, and a first for a women's team. Up towards Kaylee Green, Ward. Abdelina. Remember the venue to be confirmed for that England game, but it will be in August. We'll be live on Friday the 31st. And Howard James goes to ground. She was fouled. I don't know for Russia if it's just a case of damage limitation now, because Wales look in control, don't they, Gwenan?
Yeah, it's a matter of pride, isn't it? When you're wearing your country's shirt, you want to give everything. You don't want to have any regrets in that shirt. And I'm sure if I was on the back end of a 3-0 loss, you'd be trying everything you can to try and get back into that game. Yes, damage limitation, but to do the shirt proud and do it justice.
Real pleasure to be alongside Gwenan Harris once again for what has been another terrific night for Wales women's football, and it's not finished yet. Here's Green. She's on a hat-trick. She's found Harding again, the other goal scorer. Smanova with the tackle. And still Harding battles. James trying to get hold of the ball. And it's Yakupova. And in these conditions, it's testament as well to the fitness of this Welsh team. Especially Kaylee Green, who really has just run and run.
She just doesn't know when to stop. But no, that's an area of the game in Wales which has improved immensely over the last 18 months. Let's not forget, some of these players are still semi-professional. They have jobs in the day. They train before work. They work. They train after work, and that's incredible commitment. You wouldn't expect that, would you? In international football, you'd expect to be a full-time professional. We're still not at the stage where we've got that level yet, and the commitment they show to the game, but to their country, is outstanding.
Whatever happens, Wales will finish at least second in this group. Katikina, another cross dealt with by Ingle. Fishlock with the skill to just dribble the ball out with ease. And just to think, there was even suggestions she might even retire from international football. Well, what a miss she would be if that was the case. I don't think she'll make that decision the way things are going. That's just a hunch.
No, it's hard because obviously she's playing the other side of the world, and travel does take a lot out of her. She's 31 now. She's been around for 14 years, but she has said on a number of occasions, or it's been rumoured then on a number of occasions that she might retire, but she loves playing for Wales, and when she does make that decision, I'm sure it'll be made with a heavy heart. Really, I don't think she'll really want to go out unless she really feels she has to.
Abdulina. Good tackle for the Wales number 8 this time. Oh, it's a foul against James. Of course, proud West Walian, proud Welsh speaker, Angharad James. Went to the same comprehensive school as Joe Allen.
Yeah, Ysgol y Preseli.
She plays like him as well at times.
She certainly does.
It's a foul on Ingle, and it is a free kick.
Still no sign of changes on the Welsh bench as well, which is testament again to the fitness levels of this 11, who are showing now time in, time out that they can go the distance, 90 minutes at the same intensity. You know, because you reach 80 minutes and intensity does drop. You know, it's natural, you're going to fatigue, but it's testament to the hard work they put in between training camps and in between games for their clubs.
I do find it fascinating Jane Ludlow makes so few substitutions in a game, or at least leaves it till very late. Of course, every manager, every coach is different, but she has such faith in her starting 11 and such a game plan.
She does, and when they continue to play like this, you know, in the 81st minute after running the absolute socks off them, why not?
She's been absolutely outstanding, Green. And here's Angharad James. Fishlock again has excelled. And there's a tackle from Smanova. It's another throw.
Yeah, and Angharad James wins so much, you know, possession back there in those areas. She doesn't give anybody time on the ball. She forces mistakes. And as I said, you know, I said on Thursday night, she is our little Joe Allen. You know, she's the unsung hero in that midfield that really wins a lot of play back, breaks play up, and then allows the likes of Fishlock to do what she does best, you know, and drive past players and create opportunities.
Harding will leave it to Green, and that would have been the hat-trick that everyone so wants for her.
Yeah, I think she saw the hat-trick before you know, she saw the chance before it had come really, and maybe started thinking that she was scoring already. She just needs to keep her head over that, you know, keep the ball down.
Yeah, it was more power rather than precision.
Yeah, she's just leaning back, isn't she? I think she's just going for the glory third hat-trick goal in the top corner.
I think we can forgive her that. Rhiannon Roberts. Oh, she took her time, but she did make the clearance. Well, what a week this is for football fans. The World Cup starting on Thursday on the BBC. Jason Mohammed will be part of our team. And Wales, whisper it quietly, could be going to a World Cup next year. And I will whisper it quietly because I know you might get nervous, Gwenag.
I'm nervous already.
Just even thinking about that England game.
I just want to say, though, you know, just hopefully it will all work. If it didn't, I think that's a big if now because we're in such a strong position.
Oh, it's an acrobatic attempt from Danilova.
Yeah, credit must go to the way these players have performed because, as I've said before, we are overachieving. When you look at the resources that are available to us, we're a small country, we've got a small pool of players, and you know, we're ranked third in this group. To be taking the likes of Russia and England, who are ranked so highly in the world and have got a lot of experience on the national stage, to this point in the group is testament to the work and how far the work the players and the manager have done, but how far women's football in Wales has developed.
Zaya Stanova with a shot there for O'Sullivan. I think it was on target, but O'Sullivan had to be sure. She just dived to her left and just to stop any chance of that creeping in. Yakupova. Oh, Rachel Rowe. Storming challenge there. Yakupova. Oh, there's an offside, it won't count anyway. Even if it does end up, it won't count. And it was Panchakina. And I think she was about a yard off.
Ooh, it's tight. It is quite tight, but yeah, she's just marginally off. I think Lauren Dykes had just dropped behind the rest of the defensive play.
And here comes the first change. There's a grimace on Helen Ward's face. It shows how hard she and her teammates have worked. Not the goal-scoring night that she would have wanted, but she will be as pleased as punch, as proud as anyone that Wales have done the job against Russia.
Oh, without a doubt, you know, Helen loves scoring goals, but she loves playing for Wales more than that. And I know the 3 points today will mean more to her than getting on the score sheet. She's worked her socks off. She's put a real shift in for the girls, closed down the Russian defence, not giving them any time, and has forced errors, which has led to our goals.
Ingle just thumps it into the... And look at Helen Ward receiving treatment. It just shows how tough it was out there. She looks absolutely exhausted. Smirnova just being held in that corner by both Rowe and Fishlock. Koznikova wins another throw. Cross comes in towards Danilova. And Nadia Lawrence with a foot in, so too Hayley Ladd. Comes out to Koznikova. The ball over to Pachukola. And out it goes for a goal kick.
That shows the desire of the girls. You know, they're 3-0 up, they're comfortable, but they want to keep that clean sheet record going. You know, they're throwing their bodies on the line to try and block that and make sure that, you know, we don't concede. Well, Gwenan, you know what's coming now. The hardest choice you'll probably ever have to make. I do, and it is very difficult. I'd like to get to them all, to be honest, but Sophie Ingles had an outstanding game at the back. You know, she's led by example, she's blocked, she's cleared, she's read the game very well. Jess Fishlock, another outstanding performance, you know, in centre midfield, but my women's player of the match is Kaylee Green. 2 fantastic goals and an outstanding assist to go with a brilliant performance, holding the ball up well, running in behind and working tirelessly as ever.
Well, for the second game in a row, it is Kaylee Green who gets the nod from Gwenan, but in truth, so many others could have staked their claim. And these were the goals, Gwenan.
Yeah, and as I've said before, you know, real composed finishes. For a player who used to be a centre-half, which to compose yourself, you know, and finish with that quality is very commendable. And she really deserves it. You know, she's put a lot of hard meters in today, doing all the dirty work, closing players down to win possession of the ball back or to force errors, and she deserves the opportunity to have had those finishes.
Abdulina skips around Nadia Lawrence, but didn't get the ball past Ladd. And Russia with a late flurry here. And it is Koznikova towards Danilova. Smirnova's in there. She heads it into the path of...
That was an important touch by Rhiannon Roberts there. Just got in between and got his foot on the ball, just to poke it away from the forward.
Yeah, it was Kolokina. And out comes the goalkeeper, Podiwa. Abdulina. Harding chasing back. Desperate to win that ball. Wales pride themselves on clean sheets. They have not conceded a single goal in this campaign, and they'll want to keep that going. Yakupova, and the Welsh national anthem being sung by some members of the crowd already. And here goes Green. This would be a wonderful way to finish the game. Kaylee Green for the hat-trick. Well, it was a good save. And just for a moment we thought she was going to take on the match ball.
Great play You know, you could see her lining it up the defender, ready to roll her as the ball was coming into her. She turned her sharply, poked it past the next player and showed great speed to get away from the defence. To be honest, she could have actually taken the ball a little bit further on, you know, before she took the shot, but she took it, you know, she's happy to take it on either foot, right or left, and a good save.
4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes for Wales to keep this clean sheet. And the cross, in the end, from Yakupova just summed up Russia's night.
I think Kaylee Green is coming off as well, and I'm sure rightly so. She'll get a rapturous round of applause from the sellout crowd here tonight.
Well, a great opportunity for Kylie Nolan, but a chance for this crowd to show their appreciation for the player of the match, the two-goal hero, Kaylee Green, who has worked her socks off. What a shift from the Wales forward. And the red wall appreciates everything she's done tonight. She has been magnificent.
And that is so lovely to see. You know, see a sellout crowd on their feet, being inspired by, obviously, Kaylee, but everyone else as well. And as I said on Thursday night, these girls want to inspire the next generation. They want to give them the opportunities they've had and better the opportunities for them, and they're doing that.
And we are top of the league, say the crowd. And that is true. Wales will go top of Group 1. And that game against England to come. A one-off game, a one-off win for Wales to get to France. Still Russia come forward though, to their credit. Danilova denied by Ladd. And Lawrence, the clearance up to Nolan. James, Nolan. There's a ball for Harding to chase. And chases it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Kodiwa.
Look again at the shape, you know, the back five perfectly disciplined and organised, and the back three just in front of them, making sure there's no big gaps in between the units. You can see how well they've been drilled on the training fields and how well, you know, they're putting that plan into execution.
Well, it's been a long-term plan. When Jane got the job in the last European campaign, she did say to me, she was quick to say in every interview I did with her, it's about the youngsters coming through. It's about having this pathway and having that mix of youth and experience. And I tell you what, it has really come to fruition in this campaign.
It has indeed, and I think we've said, you know, for a number of years now, you know, about the younger players, the likes of Sophie England, like Hal James, the youngsters, you know, they need to get experience, but now they're experienced, you know, and they're showing that now. And as you said, we've got the likes of them, they're still young, but they're experienced, and we've got the likes of Kylie Nolan coming on, who's a real promising youngster. It was exciting times.
Big roar for the catch for O'Sullivan, who hasn't been the busiest, but everything asked of her, she's done. And there'll be another change. And it's Elise Hughes about to come on.
And this is another exciting youngster who's got, you know, Everton forward. Great feet, playing with the right foot, left foot. You know, as I said, exciting times for Welsh women's football with its blend of youth and experience.
Again, O'Sullivan, easy. Daniel over the target. It just went to the safe hands of Laura O'Sullivan. It was Abdelina's cross, which was aimless. And it's a beautiful evening here in Newport, not just because of the result, but a sunny evening for the sellout crowd to enjoy. Roberts with the throw. That will allow the next change. Well, it's over. Another magnificent night for Wales. One more win required. Only the Lionesses of England stand between Jane Ludlow's team and a place in the World Cup in France next year. Who would have thought that at the start of the campaign? It's been another tactical masterclass from Ludlow's team, and Kaylee Green again with some important goals. The first was a striker's finish, the second was magnificent. Tash Harding completed the route. And whatever happens here on in, Jane Ludlow's team are history girls. They will finish at least second in Group 1. But Gwen and Harris, bring on England.
Bring them on indeed. You know, this is such an exciting time for Welsh women's football, and one outstanding performance once again. You know, we've said that now. This is the 7th time we've said that in this campaign. The dream is well and truly alive, and so it should be, because these girls deserve to be in this position, and it's still in our hands. That's the nice thing. This campaign is still in our hands.
Well, Zombie Nation was a bit of an anthem for the Wales men's team, and this crowd in Newport are loving it. Well, the Wales team have a spirit perhaps like no other, and they have destroyed the Russians on a wonderful evening. Let's go to Catherine.
I'm trying to process it myself right now. I thought that we were phenomenal today as a team, from number 1 to number 23, even those girls on the bench. I think that we did our jobs, we did our roles, and we were phenomenal. You know, we've been good all campaign, but today was the day, I think, where we really took our game to another level, and I'm just like, I don't even have any words right now. Best performance ever in a Welsh shirt, best group ever, best momentum, best... Just right now, being in our group is probably one of the best footballing moments that I've been involved in the whole campaign. This whole campaign has just been a growth of a group that anybody in any walk of life should want to be a part of, and I just feel extremely lucky to be a part of it. I have been doing this for so long, and I just can't put into words right now.
Today, everyone gave 100%. There was times we looked tired, but you know, we battled through and we've got the 3 points, and that's what we wanted. We get so much acknowledgement putting that ball in the back of the net, but you know what? That defence and Laura, they've done amazing today. But you know, it's a team effort, and as I said, we come here for the 3 points. We've done the job. Now is England.
Obviously, we were exhausted first half, but that was because we were getting really good counter-attacks and we had the best opportunities. And I think we capitalised on that in the second half and showed how good we are in that respect.
What do you think? Good. See? No, do you know what? We're over the moon with how we performed tonight. It was a great performance all round, and credit to Kaylee again. She's on the score sheet, and it's about the team tonight, and it was a great performance from everyone. The game plan we executed brilliantly.
It's getting more and more fans every game now, and it's just great to have their support. Like we all say, it is like having a 12th man, and they're egging us on. It gives us a right drive when we're feeling down, a little bit lacking in energy, and just seeing their passion, it makes us fiery.
This red wall, they're getting better and better, and they're getting louder and louder, and do you know what? They keep coming and they keep making a noise. It just makes our journey so much easier.
the fans have been brilliant the last 2 home games, and also down in Southampton they were great down there. But you know, hopefully they'll come out now again for the England game and really get behind us.
Of us